get to the dirty stuff. All right, today we're going to talk about coaching, bookings, and I'm going to follow it up with Adobe and PDF Reader. So over to you, Roselle, and thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you. And let me pull up the correct screen here. Just a second. Oops.
We'll do some demos, right? Little live demos.
Yeah, how about that?
If you got questions, please throw it in the chat.
All right, so I'm going to speak just a few minutes about bookings with me in Outlook. And it is the web-based personal scheduling page that integrates with the free and busy information from your Outlook calendar. You can create custom meeting types to share with others so they can easily schedule time with you based on your availability and preferences. After it's scheduled, you both get an email confirmation and attendees update or cancel their scheduled meetings with you, right in the Bookings with Me page. And this is best in scenarios where there's only one resource to be assigned rather than other, the more typical bookings resource that we're maybe familiar with. Use cases include scheduling interviews with external candidates, setting client or customer meetings, scheduling tech support, office hours, time with your mentor, or one-on-one with your direct reports. So what you see here is Patty Fernandez Bookings with Me page. And this again offers you the ability to customize your bookings page. Here, this banner can be changed right here under the ellipses, as well as this is your option to turn off the bookings page. And of course, you would be able to share once I create a calendar. All right, so the difference between a public and private meetings is public meetings can be viewed and scheduled by anyone that has your Bookings with Me link. You're in control of who you share that link with, and all public meeting types are visible to anyone that has your Bookings with Me page. Whereas private meetings can be viewed only by people who have the link for that meeting type. That link only lasts for 90 days. It will expire. And you also have the opportunity to set that private link to expire after a one-time booking. So when accessing the scheduling view for a private meeting, only that meeting type will be visible. Let's just get right into it. And to create either a public or a private booking page, you just click the plus. And you can see here we can add a quick title. So in this case, I'm going to do job interview. If I could spell. Okay. If you use the categories in your Outlook, you can select one. You have the opportunity here then to add a description. Let's say sales manager role. And then it automatically, it sets for a Teams meeting, but you can create add a physical location as well. And then you can designate the amount of time for that meeting from 15 minutes to an hour or custom. Again, I'm going to create this as a public meeting, but we can also create it as private. And I can use my regular hours, or I can set custom availability hours. So if I only wanted to do interviews from 3 to 5 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I could schedule that. And let's take a quick look at the advanced options, including the buffering time. So if I want to have a few minutes between each of those interviews, before and or after, as well as the interval amount of time. So if I was going to do back-to-back interviews and I wanted to have a few minutes between in order to maybe make notes, etc., I can also schedule the interval as well as buffering time. Also, I like this, the minimum lead time and maximum lead time. So you don't have something pop up on your calendar at the very last minute. You at least have an hour warning, and then you can set the custom maximum lead time out. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. And so you see here on the share button, I now have the opportunity to copy this link to my page, share it via email, or add to my email signature. And when I click on add to my email signature, you can see it's quick and easy. You don't have to even go back into Outlook to modify it. It's already right there for you. And then if I click on my public, the job interview that I just sent, I can even make it private. And again, when I make it private, I have that it expires in 90 days. And I can even have the opportunity to make it a one-time use. All right, so let's go ahead and share this out. An email, and I'm going to send it to Megan, even though she's an internal candidate. I want Megan to see this because it'll be easy. But the same concepts would apply for external candidates. All right, so I just sent Megan an email, and let's go take a look at Megan. So Megan's email. There we go. So you can see that she received the email, and it just has a quick book meeting. I would also have been able to copy it and post it on a website, on a Teams Meet channel, etc. All right, but what I wanted to show you is because Megan's calendar availability is visible, and so we know that Megan will be able to choose one of these times that is suitable to her. Megan's name automatically populated here from her information. Interview. We're going to go ahead and book it. We're going to go. All right. So also you can see that since Megan doesn't have her booking page set up, it's she gets the opportunity to go create one herself. Let's go back to Patty. Look at her email. So it automatically created emails for both Patty and Megan. So she can join the link right here from her email or from her calendar, which is right here. And the same information would be available for Megan. Show you that real quick. So everybody's information is available, and that is it. It is very simple and easy to use, but it is only through the Outlook web app. And I will hand it back over to you, Jonathan.
Oh, that's very interesting. I like that.
It is. Yeah, me too. I'm started using it since we've been talking about it, but thanks.
Yeah. Matt, it is a competitor for Find Time. Not necessarily. I think like I use it myself. Somebody, if you wanted to book time with me, like a 30-minute spot, you could then use that to see, hey, I've got a 30-minute spot that I want to set up with Jonathan, and I can just set up, might be like a customer meeting, you could call it that. I've seen bookings used for for COVID boosters. So I wanted to set up a time schedule where I knew I had 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and you could use that so somebody could schedule a one-on-one time. So I would say not really. Additionally, Pierre, app used for conferencing as well. Maybe not the best. I think, webinars certainly would be a much better opportunity. That way you could handle overflow. People can cancel on their own, which you still can do with bookings. So yeah. So if you got more questions, drop them in, but I like the questions that we're seeing here. You're thinking, Sarah, let's talk about speaker coaching teams, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So moving on to Speaker Coach, I really enjoy Speaker Coach. If you haven't used it, we're going to kind of talk through a couple different ways on how you can activate it. So Speaker Coach uses AI to give you kind of that personalized feedback on how you're coming across in your presentation. So this can be leveraged if you're kind of prepping for a presentation just by yourself, or you can also do it directly within a Teams meeting. So to kind of demo this, unfortunately, I did have to do a recording just to kind of show you exactly where it's located in the Teams client. And then after this quick video, I'm going to just kind of open it up for some FAQs that I've kind of noticed leveraging Speaker Coach. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and definitely give me that thumbs up if you guys can hear it on your end. So I'm going to make sure that computer audio is on, and I'm going to hit play. Well, I know that was a little awkward, but that was the only way I could kind of showcase to the group exactly where it's listed in the Teams meeting. So apologize. Usually we love to do live demos, but to kind of show you exactly where it was located, we had to do that. But with that, we'll kind of move over to some FAQs. So Speaker Coach can, once again, be leveraged right within the Teams client, but also if you're in PowerPoint, if you select slideshow, you will see an icon, which I've highlighted over on the right-hand side of the screen called Rehearse with Coach. So if you want to go ahead and do it, not in a Teams meeting, you can actually do it right within PowerPoint. The other thing, just to kind of note, is that this can be leveraged not only on the desktop, but on the web, Android, and iOS device. Also, you do not need to have a PowerPoint license to activate this. If you're leveraging Speaker Coach within the Teams client, it cannot be used if you're doing the meet now option and or in channel meetings. So just want to be upfront that it will not be listed there if you're trying to use it in those two avenues. Also, if you want to kind of do a couple of rehearsals, if you want to see your progress on how you've been doing in that certain PowerPoint, you will need to take a snapshot, because every time that you run Speaker Coach, that report is going to be the last time that you just did the rehearsal. So if you want to track your progress, highly suggest, opening up a Word document or a notepad just to kind of take those snapshots to see where maybe those pinpoints are within your presentation that you do need to work on. And also, as of today, Speaker Coach is only available in the English language, but we are working on it in Spanish, French, and also Japanese. So just note that we continue to evolve with this solution, so you will see some updates. Also, it's not currently, I know there's some customers that do have a cloud tenant. It's not available in that avenue. And the last thing I would just kind of point out, there is an active link here. Highly suggest just, what are those pinpoints that the report is taking a look at from an AI perspective. Like a great example would be, what is considered a filler word. Definitely take a look at that link. It will provide you exactly how it's reading the AI from your voice on categories to give you that final report. In addition, it gives you best practices from a PowerPoint layout on how do you keep that engagement active. So hopefully this kind of gives you guys some great tips and tricks on how to use Speaker Coach. And I'm going to turn it over to Jonathan now.
Thanks, Sarah. That was really informative. It was a great question that we have from Macy saying, do we have to be a meeting organizer to leverage the meeting coach? I believe so, either meeting organizer or co-organizer, right?
Correct. Now, and I also want to just kind of, we'll double check that answer. But it is personalized. So no one else is going to see your report, which is fantastic. So if you are presenting live and you want to have those, as I mentioned in that video, while you're presenting live, you want that automatic feedback, even though people are in the meeting, no one else is going to see it. So if you are all of a sudden talking really fast, that pace is going to pop up, that notification, and kind of notify you, hey, you may want to slow down. No one else is going to see that. So it is very personalized. The other thing I will say that just kind of looking into this a little bit deeper, it does state that it recommends that you only leverage it when you have one speaker. So just wanted to kind of call that out, but we will double check just to make sure. I'm not quite sure if it's only if you're the organizer of the meeting, but we'll confirm.
Hey, Sarah, it's Jonathan. So the admin can set that setting to allow either all of us to have it or specific users. One thing to remember with Speaker Coach is that the setting is on, and I think you may have called this out, but just to reiterate, it's on a per machine basis and it resets on sign out. I think that's really important. So you got to make sure that when you come back in, you have to sign back in again to get the Speaker Coach.
Perfect. Thanks, Jonathan.
Yeah, helpful.
Right.
Oh, that's a
We'll
great
keep the
tip.
questions going. So go ahead, Jonathan.
All right, last home stretch. We're going to talk about Teams and Adobe Acrobat. So, we've worked really hard with Adobe as a partner to create a seamless PDF experience. In the past, it's a little fragmented, but now we've got this momentum where you're able to use the Teams, the PDF native app right in Teams to open up a PDF that's stored. It'll actually be right in there. I'm going to demo that right now. So I'm going to head right over to my demo and get that going. So bear with me for a moment. All right, here we are. So not to frighten anybody, but I'm in the Teams admin screen. First thing I'm going to do, because we want to set this up correctly. And then the second is I'll show you what the end user experience. So admin first, end user experience second. So here I am in the Teams admin. I want to head over to my meeting apps because that's where it is. And I want to make sure, I can just search in here, Adobe. Whoa. All right, give it a sec. That Adobe is allowed, right? Because they could be disallowed and this wouldn't work. So now once it's allowed, I'm going to head over to the policy. And I have a policy for a global policy. And right here, I'm going to add the Adobe as an installed app. Essentially, what that's going to do is going to allow under the three-dot ellipse in Teams so that I can take advantage of it. I don't need to pin it, right? All I have to do is just make sure it's installed and there it's available. So I've done that just by adding the app. I came over here to Adobe, right? Just to repeat those steps. And it's grayed out because it's already available. I hit save, did a quick refresh, and when I click on the three-dot ellipse, check it out. There it is. It's under the recent. So now that I can take advantage of it, let's go look at the end user experience. So I'm going to go to files. I'm going to upload a PDF. So I'm just going to upload. I know I've got some files that I can use. And I'm going to use this PDF for my daughter's dorm in Spain. It's going to upload this now. And now it's here. I can head over to a channel. So any channel that I want. And I can come to a new conversation. I've already got it there. I'm going to click under, and here it is. There's that Adobe. And I'm going to choose the file. So I can choose a file from the Teams, or perhaps I'll just need to upload one. But I already have one here that I've just uploaded. And I hit share. Here it is. It's all there. And if I wanted to, so now I could open this up. And I'm right in Teams. Like I'm not leaving the experience to open up the browser to go do that. Here, I'm actually natively right in here. If I happen to have an Adobe account, I could come sign in and do annotation on the right rail. It would allow me to do that. So I don't happen to have that signed in, but if I did, it's just going to make me sign in. But I happen to have an Adobe account with my corporate. You can see it's coming over here and wants me to sign in under my account, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave that be. And so I've got that opportunity. I'm going to go back. I'm going to close this. I have another opportunity to just hit the plus sign, and I'm going to add that app and pin the document right to the channel. So here it is, the first one. Great, here it is. And since I already have the document uploaded, I don't need to do it again. And I'm just going to take the same doc as I showed earlier. And now I've got the document pinned on the left rail in the PDF, same experience. And I don't have to leave the Teams experience to do that. If you'd like, I've prepared a one-pager that actually walks through this, tells you everything you need to know with a PowerPoint attached. So if you'd like this, we'll send this out afterwards. So that way you can configure and go through those steps to install it in your environment. So there's videos, there's a learn page, and the install. And that probably takes about 5 minutes, and it's incredibly valuable. All right, that's it for all I've got.
No, thanks, Jonathan. And we'll make sure to add that PDF into the HLS blog, where we'll have the posting for not only our presentation that we're doing today, but also the recording. So lastly, we're going to go ahead and just kind of close out today's session. And it looks like there's some questions, Jonathan, if you want to go ahead.
Matt, you can, if you happen to have that Adobe license for that editing, most certainly. So if you do, and you've got that set up with Adobe, you can certainly edit that document. So
we're just going to scroll down. And just to also kind of let everyone know, if you have not joined our Yammer communities, you can stay up to date on these events and also content. So once a month, we are posting all of the new, pretty much all of the top items that have come through from the Modern Work updates from Teams and Viva in a PowerPoint. We upload it on a monthly basis and we post it out there on the Yammer community. So if you have not joined and you would like to stay up to date on events, definitely register and we'll continue to post that content. Also, as Jonathan mentioned, our next event I'm really excited about is going to be Power Automate and Microsoft Teams. So if you'd like to register for that event, the link is listed there. I have also posted, just to make sure that everyone is aware, when you go to the registration link, there will be an active link on the HLS blog. If you would like to follow along in next month's session, the PDF is listed out on the blog, so you will need to download it. There's not an activation link for registration webinars yet. So that PowerPoint is listed out there. So if you want to follow along and do Power Automate with the trainer that our speaker that we have, it's listed out there.
that's huge, Sarah. So
yeah.
basically, you've opened up the PDF, you walk through it with us next month. You'll be able to take advantage of everything. It's all laid out for you. We're trying to make it super simple for you to have a great experience. So also, we'd love your feedback. So if you've got more suggestions or things you'd like to see from this team, please let us know. We are here to help you be successful. Do more with less.
Well, with that, we are at time. Hopefully you found today's session helpful. We'll definitely have the recording, the PDF, and the item that Jonathan mentioned about Adobe listed out there later on today. So thanks again for your time, and we will see you in next month's session.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you
Take
soon.
care.
Be well. Bye-bye. So we encourage everyone to assist in creating a welcoming and safe environment. All right, that's the housekeeping.